Hello there, David Hopper here, but I usually go by Davy for the most part. I think that this social embeddedness course has brought a lot of attention to who exactly I am. I think about my personality, and we really learned about that in the second week of the course. I especially remember taking that Harry Potter personality quiz and found out that I am indeed a Hufflepuff. I always had a feeling that I was, but that really put it to my mind. Some of the traits I remember was like loyalty, patience, dedication. I always feel like I exhibited some of those traits. And perhaps that's because of how I grew up. I grew up with a pretty large family. I had 5 siblings. I like to bring up the DST map we got to make on the, I believe it was the third week. The microsystem and the exosystem had a lot of impact on me. I remember enjoying public school a lot, and I had a lot of teachers that helped influence the person I was to become. They taught me a lot, they were there for me, and I thrived in that kind of education, and that's kind of what I want to put out there. Also, there's something else that this course also helped me realize. When it comes to implicit bias, I remember that when it comes to people like possibly a foreigners, I realize now more so that I have this kind of reaction, just like that podcast mentioned. Like some people, when they see a black person, they'll clutch their purse or, you know, walk away from that person. We have those reactions, and half the time we don't even realize it. But after hearing that, it made me realize just how much I've been acting towards people of some different cultures. Now that I notice it more often, I can adjust it and change it. And that could be important for when I pursue my career, considering that I want to be an English teacher in Japan. I have been in love with the culture and the language for so very long, and I think that really empowered my decision that I'm making. But there's going to be a lot of work to do there. I read this article by Sarah Plumer, What It's Really Like to Teach English in Japan, a teacher perspective. In this article, she interviewed a teacher that was teaching in Japan named Alex. Now, in the words of Alex, there's a different company culture and lesson style. I was pleasantly surprised that BE Studio places a lot of importance on employee care and communication with instructors. We also have regular workshops to improve teaching skills, and because new and experienced teachers come to share ideas, it's a very supportive environment. I like to hear that. I want to be in an environment where I can put it in my ideas and share with others how we can improve the education overall. That's something I feel that we lack here in the States. Our education is just not put as important as I believe it should be. Now, when it comes to reaching this career goal of mine, I have quite a few steps I need to take before I can get there. The first of which is getting that bachelor's degree. That's why I joined the ASU program with the company Starbucks. I needed an education, and this is one way that I could pursue that. And afterwards, I'll need to get a TEFL, also known as Teaching English as a Foreign Language certificate. Now, that will help me stand out amongst all the other applicants that they have during the JET program, which is the Japan and Exchange program. According to Kimi Sumiyaga, a writer on Overseas.com, this program is long and detailed, so I would want to prepare ahead of time for when I want to pursue this career. So once I achieve some of these goals, I need to plan this ahead of time. Now, speaking of which, I've come to this place where I'm thinking of the next 3, 5, and 10 years. That's a lot to think about, but I believe my professional development has definitely taken a stand. I'm very thankful that we had that on the 4th week, we had a couple of our peers review us and tell us things about how we do in the workplace, and that really helped open my eyes and made me realize, okay, I've been doing some things right. I'm happy to hear that. Alright, so within 3 years, I want to have finished the ASU program and obtain my educational studies degree. In 5 years, at that point, I should have completed the TEFL degree certificate and have the JET program going on in progress. Now, there's a website known as volunteerforever.com that gave me good insight into how long it could take to obtain the TEFL. That said, it's recommended that most students set aside about 6 months to complete their chosen TEFL course. This should give you enough time to complete the 100 to 200 hours of coursework and 6 to 20 hours of live practice teaching that most courses hold as standard. That would be very useful for when I want to pursue actually teaching. This will give me a little boost and a bit of an idea of what it requires of me. And we come to where I'll be in 10 years. That's a lot to think about. It's very difficult for me to fathom 10 years from now, but if everything goes according to plan, I should be in Japan by then, in probably a small town, I hope, because that's what I grew up in, it's what I'm comfortable with, and it would be a lot easier to live in there, and hopefully I'll be that teacher I've been desiring to do. Probably by then, I've had several years of teaching already, and have had many students that I've interacted with, so I'm really hoping that I can achieve this goal and get there within time. Alright, thanks for listening. Take care.